Good morning, y'all. Welcome to Appalachia's homestead. Boy, we are running like jumping jackrabbits today. We've got everything going on. I've been picking tomatoes. I've milked the cow. We've cleaned the barn. We got the kids working. My husband then says, honey, will you make some homemade biscuits? So honey's making some homemade biscuits. We've got an egg sale today, people. I've got 40 dozen eggs sold. So we've got to get them all prepped and packaged and cooled and everything out the door. I do not wash my eggs until the day of my egg sale, and it's very busy. Y'all gonna have to forgive me. I'm doing a cheat today because it's specifically for a reason. A lot of y'all have said, hey, we've seen some videos, so you've used lard, you've used Crisco. What do you prefer to make your biscuits with? Well, I'm gonna tell you right now, I really like making it with real butter. Let me tell you what I've done here, okay? Guys, this is not rocket science. Do it once or twice, burn the biscuits. You got to burn it to learn it. All right, so here's it. I've got 2 cups of plain white flour, okay? I've got about a teaspoon or so of baking powder. Guys, I just throw it in there, okay? The baking soda is what you need to back off of because that will just, pucker you up. I've messed that up before, and once you do that, it's life-changing. I use about anywhere from 1/4 to 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. I'm very light on that. Do a sprinkle of salt. I use anywhere from 4 to 6 pats of butter. Just do, and put it in there. And I use my fingers. I don't use any other. Guys, the less tools that you can make to make what you want to make, or the pullback of ingredients, is going to make things so much easier to remember, number one. Number two, to make. Because you're not always going to have things available to you to where, let me look that recipe up. What if you don't have internet? Hint, hint. If you have favorite things that are backups and things that you like that you need to know and remember, print those things out. You know those cute little binders and little folders and little cards, all that your Nana used to sit and put little recipes in? I highly encourage you to go back to that. I have that system. It's not organized, but I have it, and I know my main thing. So I've got my 2 cups of flour. I'm just whisking that up like so. I'm not making a big deal about it. I put my dry goods in. I'm then going to mix in my butter. Now, my butter situation right now is building it with my raw milk. I know you're going, where's your raw butter? It's building in the fridge. Remember how I told you you're not going to have all this butter running out your ears from a milk cow? Well, guys, she's been in milk for a while, okay? And her whole system changes. So my milk situation is gotten to a very controllable situation. I mean, I'm not getting 3 and 4 gallons a day like I was in the beginning because the calf is taking more. She's regulated down. I've gotten down to, milking once a day now. So what I'm telling you is there's an ebb and flow to that. So I'm cheating. You're going to forgive me because when you see these biscuits, you're going to go, So anyway, I'm going to mix this up in here. My husband is helping me by building the fire because, like I said, we've got 40 dozen eggs to wash and be ready and be out the door in 3 hours. We got to do it. And I got to take Nana some tomatoes. So today we're going to take you with us. It's going to be, like I said, there'll be some days where I cook one thing only simply because we have a lot going on some days. And this is one of those days you've hit me. So we're on the food storage challenge, and I'm going to tell you what. I'm going to have to pick up some goodies today. Folks, I'm going to tell you, it is eye-opening what you go through. If I'm not going to go downstairs and open up my big bags of stuff or anything like that, or, go in the back of the pantry and open up all my canned goods or whatever, I'm saying you need to make sure that you have a 30-day supply. This is what I've learned. You need to have a 30-day, 30 to 60-day on-hand situation ready to go at all times. Because you sit there and you look at it and you go, okay, I can use this, but I don't want to open it because then what? Because some stuff is specialty packaged. So think about these different things. Let's get these biscuits going. I'm going to chop this up, put it in here, make it kind of like cornmeal, and then you can add your cream or your milk, okay? Or whatever or cut it with water, whatever you like to do, whatever you need to do. Mix your dry goods first. Okay, I'm shutting up. Let's get going. Okay, so again, 2 cups flour, plain flour. I keep plain flour because I like to keep my baking soda and baking powder portions separate and different. Already put those in there, a pinch of salt, okay? Then I put in my pats of butter, and you can already see, there may even be some chunks in there. I don't care, just makes the biscuit better. And then This is your milk. Now, I'm not using my buttermilk because I haven't made my butter, so I don't have buttermilk. So I just made buttermilk. So I've got a cup of milk, and I'm going to add in about, some people say a tablespoon. I just plop in about a teaspoon or so of white vinegar. If you can let that sit for 5 to 15 minutes and kind of let it clabber up, that will create your buttermilk, and you can put it right in here. If you want to use buttermilk in your biscuit mix. Now you can use plain milk. You can use milk and water. Whatever you want to do. Play with it. Find out. Gonna mix that up. I'm gonna slap them on the countertop, roll it out real quick, and cut some out. Normally when I'm making biscuits inside, I put them on my flat pan, and then I just cut them square and just put the whole thing over. But since I'm cooking outside on fire or on wood heat, you have to put a lid on it to kind of help with the frying and baking effect, okay? So that's what you're seeing here going on. Don't forget about your buttermilk. It's a good trick, okay? All right, guys, rolled the dough out with my French rolling pin. It's so cute. I love it. Used my milk, got my butter. I'm even buttering my cast iron. If we're going with butter, we're really going to go for it. Actually, you know, technically I could be, because I have a lot of butter that was in my freezer, and butter can sit out. So technically I am supposed to be able to use that, right? Everybody wink and nod. Okay, here we go. I'm going to cut these out with my ring, as you see here, and plop them out there. Remember not to twist too much. I've learned the hard way on that one. You want to just more of a cut and break. You don't want of a twist, twist, twist. I like the twist. I like chubby checker, but it doesn't help good with the sealing on the biscuits there. So, all right, putting that over. We're going to take them outside. Let's pray they do good. Let's pray this butter. This is going to be good. And I'm going to add something to the whole mix here that's going to be interesting with these biscuits. Hold your breath. All right, guys, so I've got my biscuits headed outside on the fire. We're going to whip up some eggs. Going to make some little egg patties, if you will. Because guess what we're doing? Oh, yes, we are. And it's going to go on our biscuit, and it's going to go with our eggs, and it's going to be delicious because this stuff stores really, really well in your food storage. Let's see right here. If I can flip it over and read. Oh, my goodness. Okay, this is good till February of 2019. For a couple of dollars, not a bad thing to stick on the shelf. Put it in the back. Put it out of the back of your mind. If you want to eat it, eat it. If you don't, don't. You've got it if you need it, and that's what counts. Spamming eggs, baby. Let's get it going. For those of you that have never indulged in this exquisite piece of meat, this is Spam. See that? You can get it at your local grocery store, Walmart, whatever. I think they're about $2.50. There it is. That's what it looks like. We're going to fry it up, people. It's called survival. It's called making it through a crisis. It's called survival of the fittest. So you have to be able to be open-minded and adapt. Because let me tell you, if you don't have your canned meat, if you don't have your canned bacon, if you don't have a smokehouse, if you're not out there butchering your hogs, you're not running down to the local deli to get your smoked turkey, fine slice to place on your homemade bread. That's not what's going to be happening. You have to be able to adapt, okay? We've got our eggs whipped up over here with some milk and some pepper. That's how I do it. We've got tomatoes like you've not seen. We're still picking tomatoes. I mean, y'all, it's unbelievable. Back to Eden, the whole 9 yards. Okay, I'm going to go check my biscuits. You've already seen them. We're going to have this. The two things I'm going to tell you right now that if you're anything like me, and I was thinking opposite, what would I miss? I'm thinking ice cream and sugar or something like that. Cheese and butter. Cheese and butter. And I can make it. It's still rationed, obviously, in this whole experiment, but I'm telling you, cheese and butter. Let's check the biscuits. Okay, guys, you got to check your biscuits. You got to rotate them. When that fire gets going, man, these biscuits cook fast. So we just flip and nay-nayed them. We're going to put them back over here up on the fire. As you can see, it's Woo! Hot and rolling. We got Disco Inferno going on out here. We're going to put the Spam on and the eggs. Good gracious. This is what I'm talking about. You've got to pay attention. You've got to be safe. You've got to use appropriate and correct safety when it comes to this, guys. These fires get hot, and I'm telling you, you got to know what bricks and whatnot you're using, because you do not want an accident on your farm, especially during a crisis. Let's get this going. All right, guys, we've got the Spam going. I'm even going to put it right on top of the grill so get some grill marks on it. That's going to be good. And then I'm going to let my eggs fry in a flat patty and try to flip those if possible and cut them. Woo! And then we will put them on each individualized biscuit. Hey, if you were hungry, you better believe you'd eat this. And like I told you in my last video, if you happen to be hanging out with somebody who's feeding you in a crisis situation because you don't have power and the weather's cold and they pop open a can of Spam, don't you tell them that you don't like that Spam and start giving them the 1, 2, 3s of why they shouldn't eat it. I'm telling you, you'll be eating pine cones. All right, she did one huge flip. Look at that. You get real good at flipping these things. Let me tell you something else you can't have too many of if you're outside. Trivets, trivets, trivets. Tools, trivets, baked goods, all those things to go with it, guys. You're going to be burning through them, no pun intended. So just to give you a heads up on a lot of the things that you need. If you cook outside a lot or on a wood stove or on, camping and all of that different stuff, you already know all of this. But a lot of people do not. So this is the secrets of the trade, if you will. So I'm telling you, 1 trivet, 2 trivet, make it 4 or 5. Think about that. I'm going to cut this up into patties to place on the biscuits. All right, guys, this is how we're going to roll. Homemade biscuits, our farm fresh eggs, fried Spam with a little bit of grilling on that, homemade, homegrown, home sliced, fresh out of the garden this morning tomatoes, watermelon. You know my watermelon fairy came by this week and brought me some more watermelons. That's what the biscuits look like on both sides. See? You just got to keep practicing it, and sometimes you burn them. You got to burn it to learn it. So this is what all we're doing today with the Spam, and then we're going to have some molasses, or you could even do a side of honey if you've got it stored away. You know, this stuff keeps forever. Fresh milk, thank you, Miss Bell, and an extra biscuit here with, you know what I love? I love to take butter and put it a pat on the plate, and then pour molasses or sorghum on it and mix it with the butter, and then put it on the biscuit. You haven't lived till you've done that. All right, we're going to eat like kings today. We're eating. We're enjoying it. We will see you a little bit later in the episode. Let's eat, boys. Oh, Dalula. Woo! Oh, man. Oh. The aroma is incredible. Look at that basil. Mm. Get it, Angel. Say hello, everybody. I'm waiting on my brothers and sisters. Oh my goodness. All right, let's get you back under the heat. Say hello. Yeah,